for the minis. It could be not that it's never exciting, but now the pressures on the championship are done. They're just going to be out there to prove a point. Oh, they're bragging rights, as Steve said.
It's going to be interesting. I cannot wait.
It's going to be fantastic. Congratulations to Sam Weller, the champion, by the way. So here's how they line up. This partially reversed grid. Ronan Pearson on pole position from Lewis Brown. Lewis's last mini race. Sam Smith is next from Jack Mitchell, and Sam Weller, the new champion, on row 3 next to Alex Denning, the man who's won the most races this year. Max Coates is next up in car 69, more of that anon. Then Dan Zelos, Jack Davidson and Joe Tanner on row 5. Matthew George qualified second on the meeting, in only his second meeting. He's on row 6 with a new recruit to Hybrid Tune. That's Ross Marshall. So they complete the top 12. Then it's Don Wheatley and Brad Gravitt, Keenan Dole and Jerry Ratz on row 8. Lydia Walmsley on row 9 with Ethan Hamilton, who had brake issues yesterday. He was much higher than the grid position suggests initially in the race. Then Will Hardy and Ryan Falconbridge, Josh Jackson and Jason Lockwood, row 11 with Harry Nunn and David Sterling on row 12. The grid completed by James Griffith. So a good field of cars, and we've seen some wonderful racing and a change of number, Paul, for Max Coates this weekend to number 69.
Yeah, and there's a bit of a sad story with this. It's in honour of Chrissy Rouse, who unfortunately lost his life after a British Superbike accident at Donington Park. And I know Max Coates was very good friends with him. Max and his dad sponsored him throughout his career in Superstock 1000 and other motorcycle championships. So yeah, we just want to send our best to the family, and a good friend of mine, Steve Brogan, as well, who has been hit hard by the loss.
Disappointing week, sad week for the motorcycling community, with Phil Reed passing his way as well, multi-champion. Had reached an age, but nonetheless it doesn't make the shots for either of the families any easier at all.
Yeah, and I know that one thing that will happen now is that Max Coates and everyone on this grid, especially Max, will give it their all to put on a good show for everyone. Because we come racing because we love it, and sometimes, you know, it's a difficult beast to tame. But yeah, let's have a good one. Let's have a good one.
Fingers crossed that we do. Still got new drivers coming into the championship. Driver we know, of course, of old, Lydia Walmsley. That's Jack Davidson in the 21 car. They were trying to pick up Lydia Walmsley on the cameras there, but Jack Davidson, multiple race winner in the last season, and has struggled this year. And we've been making the point about just how strong this championship is, that you could be like Dan Zelos yesterday. He was champion last year and then battling for 10th place with Max Coates, multiple race winner.
Multiple race winners, championship winners, all battling for 10th place.
There's Lydia.
So, there's Lydia. There she is. Done a good job replacing me a few times. She needs to keep racing.
Lydia had a good qualifying yesterday. A little bit struggling in the race. Ronan Pearson was struggling in the race yesterday, had a little bit of a misfire. They're not sure if they've cleared it, so Ronan's got his fingers crossed that one of those intermittent faults that you could get has actually gone. We'll soon see. So it's Pearson and Brown, Lewis Brown on the front row of the grid, then Sam Smith, the former Mazda champion, and Jack Mitchell on row 2. Jack Mitchell, who's Dad Terry watching as ever. He'll be keen to get a win on home tarmac here. And then Sam Weller and Liam Denning, the bragging rights between those two. Denning with more wins than Weller at the moment as we head into this last race of the weekend. Away we go. Looks like Pearson gets away well, and slotting into second place is Lewis Brown. Bun fight behind. Now, whoa, here we come.
Yeah, that didn't take long, did it? There was all sorts going on. Big slide. Oh, wow. From was that Sam
Brown.
Weller?
Yeah, Lewis Brown. I think Sam Weller just gave him a little punt. Or was it Sam Smith? It was one of the hybrid cars, wasn't it?
I think it was Sam Smith, wasn't it? Because he was driving up P3, but look down the inside.
He was in the Mazda for a minute, didn't he?
Yeah. Wow, that was proper stuff. That Jack Mitchell involved with a left rear locking wheel, and you can see that it's Sam Weller in the 11. So he's in the back of in Lewis Brown in P3.
Yeah, he's away well, isn't he? So race leader though, Ronan Pearson. It's out in the Grand Prix loop where he felt the power loss yesterday more than anything else. And we've got a turner there. Can't see who that is. Brad Gray. Is that Brad Gravitt? No, it's not the Lincoln one. He got Don Wheatley.
It's Don Wheatley. He must have thought he was on the Indy circuit. Took a 90 right. That would have shook a few people up. That.
Yeah, for sure. Pearson getting away though. So Pearson out front, and progress being made a little bit further up the order. Got to keep our eyes on Alex Denning right in the mix there as well.
Oh, Lewis Brown!
What's Lewis doing? He's all over the grass, isn't he? Back on track.
How's that happened? He's slowed down, he's got damage. Is he just going to stay? Oh, he just wants to get out of the way of everybody, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
No, he must have damage.
Yeah.
Oh, Max Coates on the exit of Sterling's there. having a big slide. Lot going on. It's not the warmest of days here. It's 16 degrees. I know that's hot for October, but when you've got to rely on that high-speed nature and that left rear tyre hanging on, it's difficult. But look at this. Pearson is leading the way, isn't he?
Yeah, I think we've got that wrong about Sam Smith, because he's in the red and black car, isn't he? And that's going to be, well, that's Ross Marshall, who is sideways across the track. Hopefully we'll get it moving. Dan Zelos goes into the gravel. That's got to be a safety car. With so much going on that they're going to not park them up, but slow them all down and have to recover those cars in the gravel. Big shame, because it's the first time we've seen that happen this weekend.
Yeah, they were, you can tell it's like coming to the end of the
term.
Yeah, but Marshall's putting, it's either fluid or something stuck underneath his car as he's rejoined. Dan Zelos ain't getting out. There's got to be a safety car. They've got a long time to... Safety car. Yeah, long time to sort that out. There was a lot of contact, wasn't there? And people sliding around on left rears. Look at this. They're still racing. I think Ronan Pearson hasn't seen what's gone on here, and neither has Smith. So they've backed off now. They will have the dashboard inside the cars tells them that there's yellow flags as well as the light boards that are around the circuit. So Jack Davidson either didn't see that safety car when someone else checked up in front of him, or he was just making avoiding action. But yeah, that's difficult, that one, isn't it?
I'd prefer the radio.
The radio
to the drivers over the little LEDs that they've got.
Well,
to be perfectly honest, but yeah. I mean, I'm not a racing driver, so
I'll be honest with you, mate. When you're driving, I would be more alert to someone telling me than I would be looking at the dashboards are so colourful these days, you can't really see much.
The focus is outside beyond the dashboard, isn't it, most of the time?
Yeah, exactly. Lewis Brown, very lucky. That's 5th gear into Westfield, so I don't think there's any damage on the car. It turned in and it oversteered. The cold left rear has caught him out. And then, oh, okay, that's why Dan Zelos is in the gravel. That's a hybrid tune car, beginning with 2. Who could that be? That looks like a hybrid tune car.
So beginning with 2, it's going to be... Is there one beginning with 2? I don't think there is. We've got your spotters guy now.
My eyes are getting so bad.
Lewis Brown was saying that... I will come back to Lewis in a minute. This is the little worry.
Oh, Jack Davidson, was it? Oh, no,
Ross Marshall.
I was looking at the car. Oh, how have they all missed him? How have they all missed him? And then through the gravel.
Somebody taking a lot of avoiding action, and fair play to them for doing that. And it's rolling back. I think everybody's through at that point.
Yeah.
Ross Marshall moving to hybrid tune this weekend. Very pleased with his move in the team. His dad, John Marshall, here as well.
Loses it on his own. Oh, he's a lucky boy. He's a lucky boy.
Very lucky, yeah.
Right-hand drive, these cars as well, so that would not be nice if it's a left-hand drive car and you're looking through your side window at the rest of the people coming here. So yeah, glad that that's been cleared up. Just need to calm it down a bit, to be fair. Someone just mentioned on Twitter that to me they were asking about why people are getting turned around left, right and centre, and is it the cars, is it the track, is it the drivers? I think it's everything but the track, because the track ain't changed.
The track's the track, isn't it?
The track's the track, yeah. I mean, literally, it's... I've been in all sorts of race series, and I just think there's a lot of pressure on drivers these days, and I'm going to be dead honest with you, Richard. I'm glad I don't race anymore, because the pressure for you, 1, to perform, 2, to get the money together for sponsors and keep that relentless pressure away from yourself is difficult. So social media is a problem.
Yeah,
I find that as a driver I was starting to deal with social media, and I didn't like having to read comments about myself. I didn't used to have to do that in the early 2000s.
Some comments are nice, but the ones that aren't, I wish those people wouldn't, and are absolutely horrible and vicious, and I step away from things from time to time to get over those.
Yeah, 99% of the time.
Yeah, everyone's nice and play the game, and
But, you know, it's difficult, and I do think the driving standards in general are okay, but they could be better.
Yeah, it's funny actually, because after the last couple of, we've had some super mini racing the last couple of rounds, and I sent a note to Ria, who's the championship coordinator, and said, just got to say, top job on the weekend. And she said, thank you for that, but we're still having far too many judicials. So they're on it, you know, they are very much on it, aware of what they want.
Yeah, the championships in general are flat out on that. To be fair, I want to just go back. I didn't mean that about minis in general.
No, of course not. No, it's the whole racing scene.
It's across the board. You cover more UK motorsport than me, Richard. But the stuff I see, I do see some problems within it, and we need to combat it somehow because there is a bit too much contact. Sometimes, you know, it isn't meant, obviously. Nobody wants to push someone in 5th gear into the barrier. They don't want to do it. I still don't know how Dan Zelos, who it was that he had contact with, actually. So when we see the replay, it looked a bit blurry to me, but it did look like a hybrid tune car.
It did, didn't it? We was just looking for one of the number 2 hybrid tune ones. I couldn't find that. This is good news for another hybrid tune man, isn't it? Sam Weller, because Pearson and Smith are going to be within arm's reach of him after the safety car goes in. So that's going to be quite a... Sam Smith's got a 2 in it, but he's not got hybrid tune colours, and he's there. He's well away from Dan Zelos anyway. Sam Weller in the number 11. Ross Marshall's in 3. He's a little bit further back. Ross Marshall, incidentally, in Hannah Chapman's car. I think it might have been Joe Tanner. That's got a 2 in it, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see. Great to see so many people around, and typical Southerners again. They're all wrapped up. It's like, come on,
leave it out. Leave it out.
It's mate. It's like summer. You see, if this was at Alton Park, they would be in t-shirts. Lights are out. Keep it together, everybody. Good luck.
Here we go. Ronan Pearson controlling the start. The young Scot. Hopefully we'll have him back next year. Sincerely hope that we do. Fingers crossed for him. The cars make the restart. Someone's sounding a little bit ropey, but we go, and it is Ronan Pearson who will lead them away. Jack Davidson in 7th place, the pink car towards the back. We're now on a timed race, and they're all going to try and mug him as they go into Paddock Hill Bend, and going through is Sam Smith.
That was his misfire.
Yeah.
It was Pearson's misfire.
He's gone. Well back.
Nightmare. We said, didn't we? Didn't know if he'd got rid of the problem with the misfire.
That's a big shame for the young Scot.
Finished. That's such a shame. He's been brilliant this year as Ronan Pearson.
3 fastest laps at Silverstone alone.
3 wins at
Wrap
Knockhill.
those up, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely superb. I hope he'll be back. We're not going to preempt anybody's announcements. We've got drivers leaving the championship. There'll be drivers coming into the championship. Might see a few young guns coming up as the juniors are going away as well. It's going to be a super year. So many drivers working hard as ever to stay in the championship. But out front, are we going to see Jack Mitchell take a home win here? He's got Sam Smith. Here's a replay of what happened. Look at them queuing up.
That really could have caused a big accident. That fair play to Ronan. He just stayed where he needed to be, out of the way.
Yeah.
That's gutting. That's like the whole world has just left you behind when that happens. But Jack Mitchell is looking strong now, and this is going to be a great result. Look at 2 hybrid cars behind him. They're going to want to mug him.
Sam Smith wants to win, doesn't he? And a first win in Mini Challenge, if he can. The Mazda champion, busy chasing hard. So too will Sam Weller, the new champion. I was going to say outgoing champion. That was Dan Zelos, who's in the gravel. What a difference a year makes for Zelos. Champion last year, in the gravel this year. Green flags being shown around the track for the resumption of racing. Now, what can the chasing car do? So Sam Smith in 42, chasing hard.
Wow, Sam Smith's lit now. Look at him. He's Jack Mitchell's in trouble here for P1. He knows he's in trouble. He's gonna try round the outside, but I think he'll try and duck underneath him. Look at the speed that Mitchell takes on the way into the apex of Paddock Hill Bend, and that saves him. But can Sam Smith get underneath? No, he can't. Oh, he's gonna be difficult to hold him off here because all the hybrid cars, the 2 behind him, are trying to get past. Look who's in 4th. Come on, Max Coates.
Coates has come all the way through. Now, this was a reverse grid race, but he wasn't involved in that bit of it. But he's clawed himself right up into the top of it, and he's putting pressure on the 3rd place man. Are we going to see a podium? We know Max likes Brantax GP, and he's proving that here in what could be his last mini race. He told me on social media that it was his last mini race. Again, don't know what the announcements are going to be. There's Ronan.
Yeah, what a shame. He's worked so hard with his dad, Chris, and his mum and his family to get out there, but he's had a stellar year. He can sit back and he can be happy with the job he's done overall. But look now, this is getting fully involved with everybody, and I can see Max Coates will pick these people off if they make any mistakes. Jack Davidson is up as well.
It's almost like the guys who haven't had the rub of the green this year will be getting a little bit of a shout for the last one. Coates is having a look up the inside, very nearly gets the overlap and into the back of the new champion, Sam Weller. This is about bragging rights. Steve Ryder called it absolutely right on the introduction to this race, and Weller under pressure. Now we've got Coates under pressure from the Jack Davidson pink car, number 21 in the mix as well. Then we've got Alex Denning trying to close up on them too.
It's really going off now. Look how close they are. Ethan Hamilton at the back of this train of cars, and Jack Mitchell is starting to just eke away now. Sam Smith just lost a bit of pace, but I think over the first sector, Sam Smith's pretty quick. He's late on the brakes into the first corner, and everyone now, it's hybrid-tuned cars galore involved in this battle. Oh, who was that? That was a bit of gravel. I don't know if they've gone off or if they just clipped the gravel, but look at Sam
just
Smith.
There's nobody off, just having a look outside. I can't see anybody out, but yeah, Sam Smith still putting the pressure on. The other hybrid tuned car is Matt George at number 2, as opposed to Joe Taylor in 24. As Max Coates continues to put the pressure on, they really are jinking around for third place. Here comes Max Coates, pops up the inside line of the new champion. Side by side they go. Can Max do it? He's going to be on the wrong side as they head down towards Hawthorns. And Sam Weller gets back across, annexes third place. His teammate Sam Smith a little bit in the distance now. He'll want to try and close down on Jack Mitchell. Mitchell's got the fastest lap, so Mitchell will know if he's got that information that he's got the pace to perhaps hold on home tarmac here.
Yeah, very respectful stuff that was from Max Coates. Look at this.
This is like the juniors again.
Oh my word, rather you than me, kids.
Absolutely superb stuff. Then further back, and is that Griffith, isn't it? In the number 5 was the non-finisher yesterday, has come through from the back of the grid. He's in the black and yellow car ahead of this gaggle of cars. Right in the mix there as well is Billy Hardy, the number 9, who wound up in the gravel yesterday. So real cut and thrust racing. It is Griffith who is away. He's had bagged a couple of the directors category, which is for the slightly older drivers. Joe Taylor's won most of those, and the championship contact on Tom Wheatley there, as on the outside line goes the number 7. Jerry Ratz is going to start performer this year as well, and Ratz is going to go around the outside of Billy Hardy. Here we go.
Wow, look at that, he's still round the outside, but Don Wheatley is it there in that 14. I think he's going to be down the inside of Ratz. It doesn't come off for Ratz, but it was a great move. Can Ratz get back across and defend? Yes, he does. Brilliant. This is amazing.
Superb racing going on here. A little bit further down the order. Don Wheatley in his first season.
Hello.
Straight on there, yeah, okay, just maybe getting out of the battle, maybe a slight issue with that car, but back at this group really racing hard, and Billy Hardy's still there from Jerry Ratz. Don Wheatley's going to have a look up the inside. Ratz goes for the outside run here. This is brave stuff from Jerry Ratz. He's going to get squeezed onto the curb. Wheatley on the inside, 3 wide. Look at Don Wheatley. Is he going to pull this off? Side by side with William Hardy. Still side by side. He's got the nostril hair at the back.
Yes, he's got his winglet hanging up. But look at Ratz. Ratz down the inside of both of them.
What a move.
He's pulled 9th gear and took it. That was amazing. 2 in 1. And round the outside, Dom. Oh, someone else with a bit of gravel hanging out. This is back to the lead battle, wasn't it?
It is. Now, that's Sam Smith in the lead. So Jack Mitchell down to second. We've got a new leader.
What's going on?
Here's how it happened. Mitchell's off.
Oh, Mitchell off, left rear, caught the gravel and the grass, and that was, thank you very much, Sam Smith, not the singer, goes into the lead.
I'd forgotten about the singer. I always think of the Mazda driver as the Sam Smith. But yeah, good shout.
I like Sam Smith, he's a great singer.
So Sam, are we going to see a maiden winner now? We've got Max Coates still getting stuck in the 69 with Sam Weller right in front of him. Weller nibbling away here at Jack Mitchell for P2. Here comes Coates, though, top 4 battling it out. A little bit of a gap back to Jack Davidson in 5th position. Sam Smith, who's got the fastest lap of the race so far? It is Smith. It was when he was in front, Jack Mitchell, but clear air and Sam Smith. And here comes again, Sam Weller seems to have broken free of Max Coates. And Weller is putting big pressure on Jack Mitchell. Off goes David Sterling in the 27 car, sadly. Is that going to be another safety car or red?
That's a big off, that somewhere at Paddock Bend, I would have said. So that could be
red and checker maybe. We'll wait and see. The officials will evaluate what's going on, decide the best thing to do. It is a safety car, but it's a long lap here. Great stuff to see David out of the car. So pleased to see him out and walking away.
Yeah, definitely. That's not going to be a small accident, that. A round of applause from the crowd who will know that was a big accident. But we can take a breath now. Sam Smith, will this help him? Maybe. As soon as he took the lead, I didn't see it on camera, but I could hear on the FX that he was locking up and running wide into Druid, so he can now start to take a bit of a breath and crack on. But yeah, great to see he's all right. Gloves off, and he's not listening to any music though. That's the radio from the pits. That. So he's run, oh, that looks like he had a problem with the left front, because he just keeps the throttle on, tries to straighten up. Oh, that's a big hit. And we've already had a big accident there today with the Porsche. So did he just runs straight. He just understeers straight in the gravel. I don't think that was a puncher, because it would have gone off even faster. But he keeps the throttle on. That's why you can see the front wheels spinning. But that was a real big headbutt. Great to see that barrier still working after that Porsche went in a bit earlier, actually, the Porsche Carrera Cup car from before. But yeah, that's not going to be massive barrier damage, I don't think. So I'm glad to see he's all right, because that was a big headbutt, that.
Yeah, David Sterling runs with Lux Motorsport, one of a very strong Scottish contingent here. They've sort of taken, they had the Celtic Speed Scottish Mini Cooper Cup, still runs up in Scotland, great championship, but a lot of the drivers have moved on from that into JCW racing, and David, one of the drivers, you know, many Scots, actually got the backing of Ross Marshall's dad's company on the back of the car I saw, so it's a very close-knit community up there. And Ross Racing had a Chapman's car, as I said earlier on.
Red flag.
Red flag, yeah, that's the right thing to do. Change of lead again.
Yeah, so, I mean, he ran so wide on the exit, didn't he? He was very fortunate not to go off the track, Jack Mitchell, 19, but Sam Smith took the lead. Who's going to win that now? Because it'll go back a lap if it's a red flag.
Yeah, but to the last complete lap, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it the following lap that Sterling went out? Race won't be restarted, by the way. We've got a very hectic schedule to get through, and obviously with only 2 minutes to go, you don't grid the cars up and then start again for 2 minutes on the Grand Prix circuit here. Potentially Sam Smith's win. To my mind, he was in the lead and had earned that when he got through. A first-time winner, and great for a driver switching from Mazda discipline, rear-wheel drive into front-wheel drive saloon cars. Very competent driver. Yeah, if you can pedal an MX-5 Mazda, you can pedal many things to victory. So yeah, so let's see what happens. Jack Mitchell is in our shot there. There's nothing on our timing screens to tell us that they're going to swap the leaders round yet. So let's see what happens with that. But it's great to see David's car getting moved out of the way, and the barrier down at Paddock Hill Bend on the exit is such a rotten day, isn't it, with those two big hits. So yeah. Okay, so we're going to take a couple of minutes to sort the official result out for you. Therefore, a great time to take a quick break here. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Brands Hatch. The race winner confirmed as Sam Smith, a maiden race win in Milley Challenge. Hope he comes back next year. Here's how they finished. Sam Smith, the winner from Jack Mitchell and Sam Weller. The new champion Max Coates, an excellent fourth from Jack Davidson and Alex Denning. Seventh was Joe Tanner ahead of Matthew George, then Ethan Hamilton. Great run through the field for Ethan, and then Jason Lockwood in 10th. 11th place goes to Brad Gravitt from Lydia Walmsley. I think that's the best result for Lydia of the season. Harry Nunn next up, great result for him too. Josh Jackson 14th ahead of James Griffith and Don Wheatley. Jerry Ratz 17th from Will Hardy, and then Ross Marshall and Jamie Osborne in 20th. Keenan Dole 21st from Ryan Falconbridge. Issues sadly in the race, as we saw, for Ronan Pearson, Dan Zelos, Lewis Brown and David Sterling. Championship standings, of course, are provisional, subject to all various checks and everything else, but we said congratulations to our champion Sam Weller yesterday, who wins the championship by 50 points from Alex Denning, and Jack Mitchell in third. Ronan Pearson, who was second coming into the weekend, drops to fourth, but again a great result for the Scot. Fifth position, Jason Lockwood from Jack Davidson, another Scot. Max Coates, the Yorkshireman, in seventh from Dan Zelos. Joe Tanner in ninth, and Lewis Brown completing the top 10. The Rookies Championship, Alex Denning was champion ahead of Jerry Ratz. Then the Graduates won by Sam Weller from Bradley Gravitt. So that's a quick rundown of the various championship